What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
To me, generational wealth means access to joy. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of things that make it easier. I find that when your basic needs are met, it's a lot easier to work on other things. Like even for myself as an artist, like I'm not the best creative, I'm not the best artist when my basic needs aren't being met, and not having to worry about that for yourself, but also for the people closest to you, like your loved ones. To me, that's the beauty of generational wealth. To me, generational wealth is community. It's being able to talk to people and figure out what they need and help them. I feel like especially in Seattle,
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Kind of nonsense conversation are we having here?
The Neon Ghost Show. The Neon Ghost Show. Right here on Rainier. What's it? Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Right about now.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world. I'm so tired. I have to pee.
Women are not an homogenous group.
We face discrimination differently depending on factors such as ethnicity, age, socioeconomic status, and more.
Rainier Avenue Radio is proud to amplify women's voices.
They are the experts of their own lives, initiating conversations within their community about challenges they face, the solutions they're working on, and the opportunities they see.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 for Women's Voices on Air. We know our challenges. We are the experts of our lives.
We are master multitaskers, prioritizing our family, friends, and our faith above our own needs.
Our needs and voices are too often overlooked.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. for Women's Voices on Air.
We tell our stories in our own way.
Do you have an idea for a community project in your neighborhood? You could be eligible for up to $50,000 in funding through the City of Seattle's Neighborhood Matching Fund. Grants are awarded to grassroots projects that build stronger communities, with an emphasis on projects led by impacting Black, Indigenous, and people of color BIPOC communities. To learn more about the Neighborhood Matching Fund or to see if your project meets the criteria, visit seattle.gov/neighborhoods/NMF.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, and on Twitter at Rainier Ave Radio.
Welcome to Real Estate and Money, a half-hour program on Rainier Avenue Radio.world designed to help you whether you're a buyer, seller, investor, or renter in real estate. Your hosts are two local professionals who will escort you on your journey. Violeta Strash, who has years of media advertising and marketing experience and brings this extensive knowledge to John L. Scott Real Estate and all our clients. And Tina Lombard, who is a mortgage loan originator with guaranteed rate affinity, with over 28 years of experience. And now here's Violeta and Tina.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Hi. Well, there I am.
Hi. Happy summer, everybody. We're all survivors of the Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Was it crazy out there in Denver?
It was a lot of fun. You know, we had real good weather. The weather has been kind of, sunny in the morning and then kind of cloudy in the afternoon. But it was a real nice, relaxing, not too busy Memorial Day weekend here. So, and I was able to go river rafting yesterday. Whitewater river rafting. Say that 5 times. Yes. So I had.
I've never done that.
You have to go. It was just such a delight. I don't know why. In my almost 6 years of life, I've never went river rafting. You've got to go, V. You've got to go.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was telling Tina, if you get dumped, that would be way too cold. This time of year, the water's way too cold for me.
Yes. But you know what? They got wetsuits, they got bodysuits, and then 14 hours prior to us even being there was snow over the ground. But it was like 77 degrees and the water was ice cold. But the warm suits, the wetsuits, you're fine. So V, there's no excuse. No excuse. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, for you guys who are wondering what we're talking about, it is the beginning of summer. Memorial Day weekend always starts the summer activities, and so
it seems to be. Yes.
So it's kind of the unofficial, official kickoff of summer. So today we're going to be talking to you about how to get prepped for summer financially, and if you're wanting to buy a house, and we're also going to talk about some things you can do around the house for summer.
Okay. So should I start?
Yes, please.
A little market update. I'm not going to do the days on the market and all that because we have the same information every week. It changes at the beginning of the month. So I will give you June numbers next week, I think.
Yes.
So anyway, I am going to recap what happened in the last couple of weeks in our 3 counties of interest. First one is King County. Here we go. Active listings, 608. Pending, 733 houses are pending, and sold 753 homes at an average price, sold price of $1,146,000 in King County. And last year it was $1,118,000. And guess what? First time I've seen an uptick. So that's a 2% increase year to year. And then in Pierce County, we're looking at 227 homes are actively listed, pending 292 homes went pending, and then 281 homes sold, an average price of $791,000. Last year was $816,000. So it went down a little bit in Pierce County, 3%. And then I'm sorry, that was Snohomish County. Yeah, that was Snohomish County. Then in Pierce County, we are looking at 279 homes that are listed, 319 homes went pending, and sold in the last couple of weeks, 364 homes at an average price of $613,000 with a 1% increase year to year from last year. It was $605,000. So there you have it for the 3 markets for the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Great,
Thanks.
great. So let's talk a little bit about mortgages, and you're going to find this very interesting. So the first rate sheet that we've got pulling up here is talking about the 30-year fixed. The 30-year fixed I see today has got an average of, let's look here. What we got here, Daniel? If you go ahead and scroll down just a little bit, because this is a different one I pulled up today. Keep going down just a little bit more. You'll see how it trends as of on May 25th. It was a 6.57 was the average rate. And if you go down just a little bit more, Daniel, it'll show, it reads right there what it says here. It says what the interest rates are. Now you'll notice interest rates have gone up dramatically. And last time I talked to you, the interest rates were like 6 point, I don't know what it was, 6.6 or 6.5 or something. But now, as you can see here, that the 30-year fixed mortgage rate has trended up to an average of 8.017.
Yikes.
I'll say that again, 8.017. The latest rate on a 15-year fixed mortgage is 6.753. The latest rate on a 5/1 ARM is 7.386. The latest rate on a 7/6 ARM is 7.333. And the 10-year 10/1 ARM is at 7.413. Okay, so that's a reliable source. So Daniel, if you can pull up the other form that I have there, the other that I have there. It talks again about mortgage rates, and this is USA Today. And if you scroll down, you'll see that it closed out today with an average of 7.42. That was earlier today. It's not yet market end, but that alone said it was trending up to 7.42 on a 30-year mortgage. So that was earlier today. And that 8.017 from the previous screen is actually more accurate because it's not day's end yet, if that makes sense. So you can see here, Daniel has up there 7.42 for 30-year fixed as of several hours ago, and then right here the 30-year what is it called here? The 15-year 6.62. So Daniel, you can take that down now. So for those people, we've been telling you for the last month and a half, do not wait for rates to go down, because what's going on is rates are going up, up, up. And so you're losing your buying and purchasing power. So 8.017 is the highest that I wanted to show, but I did see another that said like 8.26 or something is where the date ended on the East Coast. So for those of you who are out there trying to buy a conventional loan, Stop sitting on the fence. When the rates were 5.5, we told you to buy. When the rates were 6.1, we told you to buy. Rates 0.7, told you to buy. When rates were at 7.25, we told you to buy. So continue, because you don't know if the rates are going to go up or down. If you need to buy and you're moving out of state, or you're moving to a different area, or for whatever reason you're getting married or what have you, don't hold off your need to purchase a house because of the interest rate. Buy because you have to buy, but don't let the interest rate dictate whether you're going to go into an apartment or into a house. If you can still afford a house at 8% or 7% or what have you, buy the house. It's always going to benefit you. So V, would you agree? I'll bring you back on.
Absolutely. And I know that we've talked about, buy now because you can refinance
absolutely
down the road.
Yeah.
And then, you can refinance as many times as you want, right, Tina?
Absolutely. When I was my first house that I bought, I believe the interest rate was 8.375, and that was a 5/1 because the rates were really like 9.7 at the time. Did that stop me? No, it did not. The house was only like $83,000 or something, and I thought, oh, okay, 8.75, whatever it was fine. Okay, but the price of the house has went up dramatically since then. So even if you buy a house at 8.25 or 8.125 or 7.8 or whatever it is, just buy it, because it sounds high in our day and age. But for us, generations gone by, 8-9%, that's a healthy market. We're used to that. Go ahead and buy your house, because in 4 or 5 months, in a year, 4 or 5 years, that appreciation is going to far offset the interest rate between 8% and 7%. So, but V, let me tell you something. What I'm really finding out, we've had clients in the past that are non-traditional clients, people who are like ITIN. And you have sole proprietors that either have to use bank statements or profit and loss. These clients weren't the easiest loans to do before, days gone by. During the times of COVID, people were experiencing rates of 2.5, 2.6, 2.7. And a lot of the lenders were just picking low-hanging fruit. People who had the 800 scores, had 20% equity or 20% down, they got all your attention. And people who had to piece together bank statements or had to piece together their social security number, what have you, a lot of lenders said, I can do 5 loans for every one type of loan like you. So a lot of these lenders just did not do people who needed alternative documentation or alternative financing. But right now, my strongest clients, V, are people who are bank statements, are ITIN, are profit and loss analysis.
Wow.
Because these people are like, do you like us now? Because we've got several $100,000 in the bank, and you ignored us before because you thought we didn't have a social security number. You thought that we didn't have bank statements. You were just trying to pick the low hanging fruit. So now they're like, do you like me now? So if you are somebody, yes. And we've got a client, me and V got a client, maybe the rate's going to be 8.75 or 9.1. Conventional's at 8%. So these people who are doing conventional are putting 3% down or 5% down. But somebody who's doing an alternative financing or alternative documentation, they may be at 8.75, 9%, but they're putting 20% down. So if you are a situation where you have been neglected before, you thought you were self-employed, or you were a commissioned salesperson, or had your own company, and you didn't know what to do before, nobody really wanted to give you time of day. Now, more than any time in my history of doing mortgages, is the easiest and the best time to get alternative financing. Because the lenders were saying, hey, all these conventional people are I don't know where they're at. They disappeared at 6%. In order for them to stay in business, they're trying to do this alternative financing. Investors, V, if you've got some investors out there and they're like, hey, I bought my house back in 1972. I got that 1.2 million in equity, and I don't know what to do with it. And you want to invest in something, you can maybe invest in something in Seattle by the mountains. You can do an Airbnb or what have you, or you just want to invest in a condo or some type of a triplex or something for retirement income or for rental income. This is one of the best times. There are stated income loans out there, and they're maybe at 9%. They're maybe at 9.6%. People are putting 20% down, and they're getting income off of these assets. So if you're an investor, this is the time to give me a call and Violeta a call, because this is like one of the best times in history for any type of alternative financing, any type of investment financing. This is the best time for you to come to us. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But a lot of investors right now, people, because the rates are so high and people are shying from buying houses, guess what? Rentals are going through the ceiling. Rental income is going through the ceiling. I mean, what are the rents in Seattle? What are the rents in Denver, Colorado? They are going up exponentially because people aren't buying houses. They want to sit it out. I don't want to pay the 8 rates. So they're going and they're renting homes. And so if you do have the capacity of putting a down payment on a rental property, summer of 2023 is the time to do that.
And here's the thing with rentals, Tina. Yeah, people will say, okay, yeah, we're gonna be in the market to buy a house. So we're gonna go month to month. The month to month rates increase because those landlords know that, hey, short timers, we're gonna raise it because they're gonna have to stay until they find a house.
Yes.
So yeah, they go month to month. We'll tack on another $200-300 to their rent. And so your $2,500 rent is up to close to $3,000 or more. And then, and then when you get into a house situation, you might have to be in a situation where you're going to pay rent and mortgage.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what is that? You want to do that? Really? People, come on.
And, quite frankly, all the clients you've been giving me, V, and my other clients in Seattle, $3,000 is a steal to rent in Seattle. It's a steal. So most of the clients, you're right, V, the clients are coming to me, they're paying $200 a month. They're paying $3,500 a month on a house and 1,200 square feet. I'm like,
not
on a rental. What's
that?
On a rental. I'm like, oh my God. Now, then again, the rental properties, depending on your tax bracket, let's say that you're a 25% tax bracket and your rental property is like $3,000. So if you took $3,000, let me do that really quick. $3,000, do this really quick for you. Math on television. Hold on. $3,000 times 1.25. So $3,000 of a apartment with no tax benefits, if you're in a 25% tax bracket, is equivalent to a $3,750 mortgage payment. Because mortgage payments have, depending on your tax bracket, they have got tax benefits. If that makes sense. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the summer really quick. We're going to talk about how to finance in the summertime, how to get ready for financing, how to look around your house. What are some things that you want to look for now that the summer months have greeted us?
Yep. Here we go. Are we on? It's halftime.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Join your hosts Violeta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Okay, great. So everyone, once again, Memorial Day weekend is usually the unofficial or the official start of summer. So a lot of the state parks are open. A lot of the camping grounds are open. The reservoir, the lakes, everything is open for your summer enjoyment. And so not only does it mean just going out and enjoying this beautiful weather, the housing market and what you do with your house is also the start of a change.
Yeah. And you know what happened this weekend? I was at several open houses and ton of people out there, you know, because, everybody's perception is, hey, this is a great weekend to go out, families together, school's almost over. That's the other thing. And so we can go out Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday we can hang out and do fun things for the family. But the open houses this weekend, you can get 7 groups in an hour or more.
Yep.
During a 2 or 3 hour open house, there are people out there. So my tip, sellers, you see what's happened in this market, and now rates are, prices are going up. Sold prices are going up a little bit at a time, and people are gearing up for the summer.
Yep.
We're looking at kids going to be out of school next month. So what are families doing? They're looking now because they really want to secure a home so that they can move the family during the summer, go on vacation, and then be back in time for the new school district, wherever they're moving to.
Right.
So it's kind of key for families to be searching for, 3-4 bedroom, 2 bathroom type homes because they need to move, and better to do it after school is over and be ready for the next school year. That's what's happening.
Yes. And so, you've got to be prepared for that. I mean, either whether you're selling your house or whether you're buying a house, there's a lot of things you want to do differently in the summertime. So selling your house, this is a perfect time for open houses. Perfect time to get your yard straightened up and getting everything going. And for realtors out there, it's a perfect time to, have your client, to meet new people by doing an open house, and also, for my clients, I get them all approved. I get them ready to go. And in the summertime, I'm like, go crazy. Go crazy. Get in the car with your realtor and go crazy. And, in the wintertime, a lot of people do not want you to come to their house because there's mud, there's snow, there's wet, there's rain.
True.
But the summer is one of the best times for you to actually view a house and attend these open houses.
Yeah. Yeah. And for sellers, here's a couple of tips. Let me write it. What I do for my sellers, I encourage them to get their house ready for an open house. And then we want to do photography, professional photography. Don't you go around taking pictures, because most of the time your pictures are not as good as a professional. And then so you want to get those done. The weather's nice. There are photographers that'll add blue to the sky, fire in the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll make it look good. But, you got natural lighting now. So take advantage of that. The colors in the garden and the front, the paint job, fresh paint on the homes, and, look at the nice new roof. Everything is shining down on the property, and it's a great time to get that going. And then I do a kickoff weekend where I walk around and invite the neighbors. They've been looking at what's happening at your house, looking at your garden, and then, there's a lot of looky-loos, but, chances are some of those looky-loos are people that are going to want to list their home too.
Absolutely.
And trying to figure out the pricing. Okay, their house is selling for this. Let's go take a look. And then go find a realtor and see what's going on. So hopefully, people where I'm doing an open house, I can have figured out who they are that are ready, the next sellers in the community. So get out there and get your house ready. Agents, get out there and talk to the neighbors. If you're doing an open house, get them excited about what's happening in the neighborhood.
Yes. Yeah. So, I was trying to tell my clients, like during the summer month, it's very exciting because you can drive around and you can see balloons and everything else. And this says house for sale and blah, blah, blah. And you get a chance to go out there and peek. But let's say you should come upon a house that you just absolutely fell in love with, and you need to make an offer on this house now. Okay. So what me and V want to talk to you about really quick is what you need to actually get approved for a loan, so that when you walk into a house, you actually have a pre-approval and you do have some kind of concept of how much your monthly payments are, so on and so forth. So when Violeta gives me a client, I take their client and I pull their credit, I pull their income, so on and so forth. And I tell her, hey, V, these people are qualified for $650,000. I tell Mr. and Mrs. Client, this is what your payments are going to be. And if they say, okay, great. So when they buy a house, it goes smoothly. They're approved of this dollar amount and they know what the payments are going to be. And this is how much money they're going to put down. So for my clients out there who are looking around and you're even just 10% sure, maybe 25% sure you're going to be buying this summer, you do not want to go down the street, see a house, fall in love with it, and not have a pre-approval letter. Now I can do one like in 15 minutes, but it's not real. It's not real because I don't have your paperwork and so on and so forth. So give yourself the time. I mean, it's real, but it's better if I see your bank statements and your credit report, so on and so forth. So for my clients, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get a pre-approval. You can call somebody like me up or just call me up. But what we want to do is fill out an application. And V, it's usually a government form application. My application isn't any different from Bank of America or U.S. Bank. It's all a government uniform residential loan application. You fill it out. With that, I'll be able to pull your credit. I look at your income. I look at your pay stubs to prove your income. I look at your W-2s, your taxes to prove your income. I also look at all your credit, your cars, your houses, all your credit cards. Look at that. I also look at how much money you have in your bank account or your retirement. And with all that information, I'm able to tell you you're qualified for $790,000. This is what the payments would be. This is what the down payment is going to be. You don't have enough money for the down. You don't have enough money to make this loan. But I can tell you everything you need to know. And once you turn in your pay stub, your W-2s, your bank statements, your divorce decrees, your child's birth certificates, whatever you have to do, once you turn that in, it is a 99% chance that is what you're going to qualify. You're going to close in a very timely fashion. So everybody, if you have like a 25% chance of you actually making an offer on a house or you're thinking about it, the best thing to do is to talk to a loan officer. So V, I've got people who are asking me for $600,000. I get their bank statements. I get everything. I'm like, hey, you're approved for $9.5 million. You're approved for $9.5 million. Or you're approved for $1.5 million. They're like, what? I didn't know that. And I say, oh my gosh, yes. And so some people, they don't know. They really don't know. Or they're like, I'll go up to $5,000 a month. I'm like, well, okay. And then, that's like, $1 million. They're like, what? I could have done that. So a lot of times you don't even know. So you'll go to a house and say, oh, I could never afford this. And then I look at everything and I'm like, yeah, you can. And so at that point, you don't want to lose the house. So make sure that you call a loan officer, just as myself, you get a pre-approval letter, then you call somebody like Violeta, get yourself a realtor. And then if you do find, you even have a realtor while you're walking into a house. So if I get somebody approved and I say, hey, call Violeta, you guys are approved. And you're driving down the street and you see an open house, you're driving down the street, you see like a builder's presentation. Don't pull over and talk to the realtor there.
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because that's the builder's realtor. That's the mother's realtor. That's the sister's realtor. They're for the realtor. They're for the seller side. They're not for you. Okay. You need a representative of yourself. And if I'm correct, it is free for a realtor as a buyer. If you could pick the best realtor in the world, but you have to have a good realtor. And once you have a pre-approval letter, you stick to your realtor. You don't drive down the street after a Sunday church event and then you go into a house and then talk to that realtor there. They will throw you off par. So make sure before you go to any house hunting this summer, you get those ducks in a row.
Yeah. And, this has happened so many times. I'm holding an open house and then people come in. Oh, and I ask them to register, and they put down, yes, I have a real estate agent. And well, where are they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, well, I went on Redfin. I saw the house. How did you find the house? Redfin, Zillow. And so I decided to come out, said open house.
Yeah.
So based on that, you think you have a real estate agent just because you went on those two websites? Or where is your real estate agent? Because for me, as a representative of you buying this big ticket item, I want to make sure that I'm there for you and can answer the questions that you may have, or because they're going to try to get you. The agents, the listing agents, are going to be all over you, and you're going to be sitting there going, I don't know the name of my agent, and I don't. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't use their loan officer. Just talk to my loan officer. And, you've got 15% of your credit. You need to be loyal here. When you have a realtor, you need to be loyal. When I give Violeta a referral, I say, Violeta, talk to this person. I don't give her to Julie, to Sarah, to David, and say, we'll call all four of them and pick the best one. It's absolutely insane. Don't do that. Okay. If Violeta is your realtor, you go with her everywhere. If you see something, you see something down the street, you call her up and say, hey, this is an NMLS number, blah, 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 blah. Can I see it? But don't go in there because just don't do it. It's just bad all the way around.
And then if you go in with your realtor and say, you're not quite yet approved and you are so anxious to make an offer on that piece of property, your agent will probably say, no, we need to have you pre-approved with a letter from the lender because your offer will then become stronger for that other agent to present to the sellers. And if you don't even have any financing, they're either going to throw your offer in the wastebasket or put it at the bottom of the pile because they're not interested in someone that doesn't have financing ready.
Right. And
These days, market is crazy. You have to be ready.
That's true. And what V is talking about, sometimes I give somebody a pre-approval letter, let's say for $800,000. Then they'll go down to a builder's house. Then they'll go to the builder's preferred lender. And that builder's like, I'm sorry, I only approved for $600,000. And I'm like, no, you're approved for $850,000. And they'll say, well, I'm like, why are you talking to the loan officer in the first place? Because they don't turn everything into me. And everything is a mess. It's a mess. Yeah. So I tell people out there, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. You come to me and give me everything, but don't try to shop me down the street because that makes no sense at all. It's just like having 5 moms. You don't need 5 moms. You just need one good mom, Same with the loan officer and realtor. You don't need all those people, driving stuff into your head. You need to choose your right person because I tell you a lot of times, I'll give somebody a pre-approval letter and then that realtor will say, oh, you need to go somewhere here and check it out. My cousin just got her license and blah, 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 and go check her out. Don't do that. This is like the biggest and most important payment and finance you'll have in your life. If you're having a heart surgery, you're not going to go to your cousin, sister's brother who just got his license. Okay, you're going to go to the number one heart surgeon you can. And it's the same with your realtor and with your loan officer. Put your trust in them. If you've got a real good one, you put your trust in them and don't start murking the waters. Just go ahead and go out there and make a good offer and get that deal.
Okay. Yes. There you go. Interview people before you choose the agent or the mortgage lender or whatever.
Yeah.
I think time's up. But one last thing, I wanted to bring up a piece of Housekeeping. Chinese Radio Seattle News debuts tonight at 9 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. And they're going to do this in language, in Mandarin. So please tune in if you speak the language and enjoy the show. Welcome to Chinese Radio Seattle News. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today in Real Estate and Money. I'm Violeta Strash with John L. Scott.
And I'm Tina Lombard with Bank of England.
Okay, see you next week. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Real Estate and Money with your hosts, Violeta Strash and Tina Lombard. For more information, call 206-717-4490. That's 206-717-4490. Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website to find the Real Estate and Money schedule, or tune in to our live show every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3. We will help you